Hi there, I want to share with you today my experiences in managing virtual teams and what you need to do if you're struggling with this kind of hybrid working and your leadership skills. So I've run a virtual team for a very long time now, and I would say the biggest thing, the one thing that you need to do to manage virtual teams effectively is have better emotional connections to your teams. And I'm sure you've got some ideas of how to do that already, but you need to have some kind of virtual water cooler in cycle teams or whatever. You need to have regular meeting up with your teams. You need to be speaking to them regularly, either on Zoom or in person or on the phone, obviously. But what a lot of people are struggling with, I think, really, is more junior staff and helping lead them, because if you've got somebody that's experienced, they've been doing the job a long time, they don't need much day-to-day management. Obviously, if you've got somebody who's an apprentice, they didn't need a lot of support. They really need that one-to-one support to help deliver what they need. And that's why this hybrid working, where people are going in for 2-3 days a week, is coming in, because there aren't any other options if you want to take someone that's an apprentice and lead them. But there are other options, but it has to be kind of gamified. So I would suggest that you assign each apprentice to a small team of 2, maybe 3 people who will all focus on each week developing their skill sets in certain areas. Now, you can't just leave these people to get on with stuff, obviously. It's very important that you define the role more tightly. You can use RACI charts to do that. Give them certain criteria. So, for example, with my team, I say, right, if you spend an hour on something, that's time to escalate. But obviously, if you don't know what you're doing with something and you're trying things and it's not working, you really should be collaborating more tightly. Now, in the office, this is obvious to people because they hear people and they go, there's a problem here I need to address. But when you've got somebody who's virtual and they're not really sure what they're doing, you haven't got that on the spot hearing. So you have to train your junior staff to ask for help more. I like things like the 1-minute manager for kind of sort of frameworks for this, but you really need to think really hard about what structures, processes and methods you put in place and how you're going to make sure you've got that emotional connection to someone who's not worried about ringing you and say, hey, I've done this and this, what do I do now? Or working on it together collaboratively and share the screens and work on things together. And it is possible, honestly, it is possible to run a virtual team and not have any one-to-one FaceTime. It's a little bit harder, but it's not necessary, in my opinion, to go into the office in order to facilitate that. It makes it easier, but there are ways of doing it online, and you should explore those more. And I know that obviously in the last couple of years, it's been very, very difficult for people that haven't got that experience of working with virtual teams. But it doesn't mean that you shouldn't go and keep exploring and developing those skills, because you've already pushed them so much further than you had previously. And those authoritarian managers, those draconian managers, they're either going to have to man up and learn to manage properly or get another job. So I hope that's of some use. Just my thoughts at the moment. Having spoken to lots of other managed service providers, I know it's something people are really struggling with, but it is doable. And obviously going to the office is great, but it's not essential, in my opinion. Thanks for watching.